A 16-year-old princess is struck by a mysterious illness. Her body is covered in scales, as if entwined by snakes, and even her heart is tormented by them. The pain brings her to the brink of collapse, and day by day, her life fades away. Her guards are heartbroken, searching for a doctor far and wide, until they hear the legend of Jack. With their last hope, they send a letter. However, an unexpected event occurs. 2 years later, Jack receives the letter. The letter, dated 2 years ago, mentions that the princess's life hangs by a thread, and includes a map. Though Jack suspects the patient may have already died, he decides to embark on the journey, heading toward the destination in the letter, hoping that the patient can hold on until he arrives. As he nears the destination, heavy snow falls, and the car becomes stuck, immobile. He has no choice but to rest briefly in the car, and when he opens his eyes again, he finds himself surrounded by a temple. Filled with doubt, he and Pinocchio seek shelter, where they are greeted by a beautiful nun, who directs them to the destination. Jack continues on alone, unaware that the nun has sent someone to follow him. Along the way, he meets John, a man who appears to be a warrior, and who slays many of their pursuers. Jack, relieved, follows John without hesitation. They eventually reach the hideout of the patient. The princess in the attic is the very patient. Before Jack can approach, the princess suddenly becomes aggressive. Then, a woman with a ghostly face jumps from the curtains, striking John with a fierce blow. Jack tries to stop her, but is struck in the neck by the blade. Luckily, he merely loses consciousness. When he wakes up, John explains the truth to him. It turns out that the princess had been targeted by a 60-year-old man named Smith, and though she tried to resist, Smith's power made it impossible for her to escape. She had run away with her guard, John, whom she had already fallen in love with, but their different statuses kept them apart. One day, John knelt before the princess. The gap between them made John retreat, and he could only bury his love deep in his heart. Heartbroken, the princess did not hesitate to swallow poison, falling unconscious that very night.